This is a story taken from a book called Confronting History and the Holocaust, Collected Essays from 1972 to 1982 by Dr. Jack Nusan Porter. Dr. Jack Nusan Porter is a sociologist in Boston. He happens to have the same last name as me, and he also happens to be my brother. And he also happens not to be a Orthodox Jew. So in this, he describes, when my father passed away, his feelings of what was going on when my father passed away. It's it's coming up on 30 years, or it just was March 15th. It just was 30 years. So as my father is dying, he says, as my brother Shlomo read from a text, I could almost hear the room filled with angels. I could hear their flapping wings. My father's soul was in the room and was speeding towards heaven. And I was reading from a text of on your right flies the angel Raphael, on your left the angel Gabriel. The Kesser, the crown, is at your head, and the Malchus kingdom at your feet. Angel wings protect and cover your chest, and angel wings cover your feet. You are flying towards heaven, carried by angels. My brother prayed and translated the Hebrew into Yiddish. We cried, we prayed, we were astounded. We could hear our father saying goodbye. The soul was winging towards heaven, toward the world to come, to Gan Eden, or to Gehenna, to heaven or to hell. But we knew it was heaven. With tears in my eyes, I asked Shlomo, is he going to heaven? He said, no question about it, Jack, he's going straight to heaven. My father went through the Holocaust. He went through terrible Gehenna. So here my brother writes, I thought only Christians had an afterlife and Jews did not. Heaven was always something quite vague, something one never discussed in the Hebrew school or Sunday school. Perhaps the rabbis were trying to tell us something. Concentrate on this life. Don't concern yourself with the world to come. I am essentially a secular Jew. I live a life based on reason. Never would I have thought that I would so fervently believe in angels or heaven and hell. My brother and I talked about this, and in times in earshot of my father. He explained to me that Judaism has a complex map of the afterlife, and that Christians took parts of that system from the Jews. Very evil people go to hell. A small number are in limbo, but most people reside at various madrigot, steps or stages of heaven. At the various highest levels are the souls of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Solomon, and David, and all of the great prophets and rabbis of ancient times. To be invited to sit at their table is the greatest of the heavenly delights. I was also intrigued by another thing my brother said. How could a soul move up in heaven after a person dies? The individual is no longer able to carry out mitzvos or acts of righteousness. How can he or she be lifted up still higher? The answer is unusually innovative. It is the family and friends of the deceased who, through good deeds and acts of kindness, can lift their beloved higher and higher throughout eternity. The poignancy of this idea overwhelms me at times. So a person's legacy really doesn't end or what they can accomplish in this world. It doesn't just end. Yizkor, on this coming Shabbos is Shavuos. There's Yizkor that's said on the holidays. It's said on Yom Kippur. Like 4 times a year. Yizkor is said on the Yortzeit, on the day a person passed away. There's also a person's soul is remembered. All of these times are times when God judges a person again and sees what have they accomplished in this world. And therefore, that's why it's very appropriate times to say, this person's remembered, and then you give tzedakah in that person's memory. That person is still accomplishing in this world. The person's legacy continues to grow. And therefore, every yortzeit, the soul goes higher and higher due to the interest of his account that he had created in this world. But the ripple effect, the effect of what they left in this world and the deeds, and therefore, every Rosh Hashanah, Hashem takes out two books, the books of those who are living and those who passed away, and he judges everybody who passed away again, saying, what did they do in this world? What did they leave in this world? What continued to be the impact of their actions in this world? So their legacy continues to grow, and therefore their place in the world to come, in their soul, it's not just left at what they had done in this world, but what their children have done, and what their grandchildren have done, and what their friends do in their memory, and what tzedakah that they did, and the ripple effect of that tzedakah, and this kind word that they did, and the ripple effect of that kind word. All of that is a person who's rejudged every year, and hopefully it means that they're going up. Some people, they're rejudged every year, and they're just going down and down and down because of the ripple effect of what they left in the world was just more, pain and tragedy.